Let's do this. I'm trying to figure out why this is duplicated here. Probably because it's in studio mode. Ah, there we go. That would do it.
We're going to switch over to Fire Red Speed Choice here. This is a ROM that I found online. I cannot remember who the creator is off the top of my head, but, thank you to them for creating it. And I am going to suffer through a Nuzlocke because, apparently I like suffering, I guess. Okay, so we're going to go vanilla. My name is not Susie. We are not naming myself Susie. We'll do this. We're going to go black and white experience, instant text to make it quicker. Spinners can stay. Early surf isn't needed. Max vision is not needed either. New wild encounter, off. Run everywhere, on, because you can run everywhere in modern Pokemon. And then we'll just start this. How much do scholarships factor into picking a PhD program? I would say pretty heavily, as I'm already a significant amount in debt with the government, and I would prefer not to, put myself in a worse spot than I'm already in, is at least the thought process on that. But if like a school offered me enough, I would have zero issues going back. That would make it a lot easier to do. So let's go this direction, and we're going to pick our starter. As soon as we, have Professor Oak yell at us for going into the tall grass, even though we didn't go into the tall grass. And I don't actually know why this is muted at this point. Let me check something here. Probably because I don't have a source set up for that. Might be useful. Let me do that real quick.
Desktop audio. Ow, that scared me. Thank you for following, Sean. I definitely appreciate that. I just jumped in my chair like, 4 feet, but that was pretty funny. So hey, I'm here for it. But yeah, thank you so much for the follow. Definitely appreciate it. Okay, yeah, I'll fix the audio for next time. I'm not that worried about it. Well, maybe I am. I bet it's probably muted in here under volume mixer. And it was. Here we go. And then let's turn it down a little. If the audio needs adjusted or anything, just let me know. I'm playing this with an Xbox controller, so that's the whole thing. Do we want Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur? I think we want Charmander here. Reason being, there's so many really good water types. It will make Brock a little bit difficult. But honestly, hey, sometimes you just gotta do it. It makes Viridian Forest a lot easier too. Does anyone have any nickname suggestions for this Charmander? If you do, place them in the chat, and I will name this Charmander after the first person to post. And if no one posts within 2 minutes, I'll just name it something funny. Okay. Fine by me. Alright, Idiot the Charmander. We'll have to find out if this idiot is successful. I hope this took out the annoying text that happens at the beginning of this, where like, good, they did. Basically, it'll try to, Professor Oak will try to tell you how to do certain things, and I just don't need that. I've been playing this game for most of my life. There we go. Up to level 6. Cool. That was ideal. Good start. We'll check summary here. Lonely nature, so that's up attack minus defense. We'll take that. That's solid, especially for Charmander. I would have taken like anything that didn't lower one of the attacks and been happy with that. I mean, obviously I'll take whatever, it's a Nuzlocke, but you get the point. So encounters will start after we get Professor Oak's item, and start counting at that point. We can't really count it until then because I can't legally catch those Pokemon, so we'll go up here. Having running shoes early makes this game so much easier. Well, easier isn't the word, but less tedious. That's a good way to put it. Alright, Rattata down. Level 7. We got Ember. That's a really good start. I need to get Charmander realistically to level 13 before we can take on Brock because Metal Claw's a little scary, I'll be honest about that. But Metal Claw's a little scary specifically for Brock because of the rock types. Before then, I would probably not survive Gym 1 very easily with Charmander. Okay, I came from Pallet. Yes, I did. Thank you for the parcel. I'll treasure it always. And I have always wondered what's actually in that parcel. It says it's a custom Pokeball. My headcanon is that it's like a GS ball or something like that. If it were a Master Ball, you would think that we'd eventually get it. But okay, we're just jumping down these ledges. These ledges would imply that Palatown to Viridian City, that route is very hilly. Not so sure it is. Also, I forgot I could run again. You get used to playing vanilla after playing it for a long time. Parcel delivered. This is good. Yeah, green. Pokédex received. 5 Pokeballs. Cool. Alright. So now, the Nuzlocke begins. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. I'm going to have a very full graveyard by the end of this, I'm sure. Thank you for the town map, Daisy. It's definitely appreciated. I will put this to good use by never using it. My dream ROM hack at this point would probably be to have this, but with Shop Sanity. Shop Sanity being that it's like a randomizer, a full item randomizer, where like key items can be anywhere, and like you can find the badges in like the spots where you would find other items. I just think that's such a cool idea. But they've done it for Crystal. I just don't know Crystal's map well enough to do it, or else I would. Can I do a Nuzlocke of Scarlet and Violet? It's doable. It's definitely something I would consider. The one issue I have with that is, like, it would be so hard to keep track of everything because there's no, like, specifically numbered routes as much as it is just a giant wild area. But it's definitely doable. I can actually look into that and see kind of how the experts are handling it. What should we name this Pidgey? Oh, okay. Sure, why not? Alright, let's take a look at that Pidgey while we're here, just so I can get a sense. Like, it's starting at level 4 is nice. Rash Nature is really nice because, oh wait, not in this gen. Actually, in this gen, that's kind of terrible, because you don't really care about your special attack. It's probably still fine. So now we have 2 Pokemon that should be able to handle Viridian Forest, which is nice. Obviously, I can't catch any more of these, which is unfortunate, but it also does guarantee me that Rattata is a very high likelihood later on. Catching Pidgey down there, though, is super important because you can't really get another Pidgey until, I believe, Route 3 or 4? Might be 5, though. But it's basically catching that Pidgey early means that I can actually use Pidgeot through this too, if I so choose, if Charizard takes an L. Alright, Mankey is my Nuzlocke encounter for Route 22. Wish I had a Nuzlocke tracker right about now. That's something I should probably see about coding. But for now, let's catch the Mankey because we need to. Prepare the Mankey nickname because we have a Mankey. We are the proud owners of one female level 3 Mankey. So what are we naming it? Will that fit? Oh, it'll fit. Yeah, I'm here for it. Let's do it. Ape Escape it is. What do we got to work with here? Sassy nature plus special defense minus speed. It's not ideal. But it might help against Brock if all else fails. We're not going up to do that rival fight because if we do, we may lose that, and we cannot afford to lose that. The rival would have Squirtle Pidgey, and both will be at level 9, and I don't really have anything to counter a Squirtle at this point, so probably better to be smart than to make a mistake there. Don't want to make too many mistakes early here. So if I come up this way, old man's gonna do the thing where he teaches me how to catch a Pokemon even though I've caught 2? Like, I mean, do I need this tutorial? I mean, the tutorial gives me a chance to get a drink, so that's kind of nice. You did it. You caught a Weedle. Congrats, old dude. I don't really know that actually helped me any. Okay, we're going to go up to Route 2. We have an encounter here. And I will burn it. My encounter is Rattata. So this is what I was kind of wondering, is if catching the Pidgey early meant that I would get a Rattata pretty much guaranteed. The other encounters out here are like Caterpie and Weedle, I believe. So this is fine. We'll take it. Get in the ball. Alright, we need a Rattata nickname. So what are we nicknaming this? Oh, okay, good, sure. Okay, so now we need to go down here and probably heal, and then I'll check the nature of the Rattata as soon as we're in the Pokemon Center where, you know, I can't take an L there. Okay, let's take a look at this. Summary. Quirky nature, that's neutral, that's not terrible, and the guts are actually kind of nice if I can find a way to consistently poison myself, burn myself, paralyze myself. If I can do that, the attack would double, so that would be really strong here. Otherwise, we're actually set up pretty decently at least to get past Brock, just because we have the Charmander. But also, it's not wise to rely solely on the Charmander, so it's weird. We'll get 11 of these. I'm going to get poisoned because it's Viridian Forest, and we'll get a potion, and that should actually take us through Viridian Forest pretty easily. So let's get that out of the way here. Once I hit affiliate, like, this would be a good time to put up a prediction. Will I beat Brock? The answer is, there's a chance. This is definitely a good start to the run. But I've also seen crazier things happen. Alright, what's my Viridian encounter? I wanted a Pikachu, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Alright, what are we naming this Weedle? If it, you know, gets in the ball. Mothra? Sure. I'm fine with that. Weedle's actually not terrible here because getting a Beedrill early is kind of nice. It's sort of like, I would rather have had a Caterpie than this, but this is fine. Like, this is probably beatable at this point. Oh, I should probably get that item because that's a Pokeball, and that makes up for the one Pokeball I just threw. Alright, now it's time to beat up on these Weedles with Ember because I need to level up. Now, Brock's highest level Pokemon is 14, meaning I cannot advance past level 14 until I beat Brock. So that's a really important thing to note. So I gotta be really careful not to overlevel. But at the same time, I do need to make sure Charmander is at least level 13 so that it learns Metal Claw. So it's a very weird, precarious juxtaposition here. Of course, it won't matter if I keep murdering these things like this. Alright, we're up to level 9. That's a good sign. The reason I'm using this specific ROM of Fire Red, though, instead of using Vanilla, is because this is just a much faster way to play. And honestly, I didn't want to spend 10 billion years, like, waiting for running shoes. Like, this is probably half, maybe a third of the time it would have taken. So it makes sense to do it this way. Alright, that Weedle's down. Next up, we have another Weedle. We're going to see a lot of Weedles and Caterpies in this forest. That's just kind of how it is. You would think eventually that, oh look, a Kakuna. Okay, let's just throw in the funniest thing we can. Of course, this is going to be a second, so I apologize for the spam clicking that I'm about to have to do. I'm just, you know, I feel like this is a really good opportunity to level up the Rattata. So why not, right? And this is another, this is like where speed choice really comes in handy because it's instant text. So instead of having to wait for the text to like parse across the screen, it's just so much faster to have an instant. This is an antidote. I haven't been poisoned yet, which is always a good sign. Alright. Do I have XP share? I do not yet. And in fact, I won't probably have XP share for a while, which is unfortunate in this case. I don't mind though, because I kind of don't want to use the XP share, as weird as that sounds. I would rather have to manually do it. That said, I need to make sure the Rattata is trained up to a reasonable level in case Charmander dies. Like, I gotta be really careful about this. But I'm almost out of the forest already, so there's that. Metapod. Alright, we're gonna switch in Rattata here. Why am I using Rattata over the others? Probably because Rattata is just a normal type, so it's not like I'm gonna have two flying types or anything, which is nice. Almost there. Come on, God, you can do it! What do I think of the Pokemon anime ending? It's weird, right? It's like a part of my childhood is gone, but at the same time, because I wasn't a consistent watcher of it as an adult, right? Do I have any right to care? That's something that I've been thinking about, honestly, and I've come to the conclusion that it was inevitable, but it's also... It's inevitable, but it's understandable, too. Like, they couldn't just keep using Ash as a, you know, 10-year-old kid, you know, 25 years down the road when people were memeing on it. So, it makes sense. But Misty never got her bike back. Like, that's so sad. What did Misty do to deserve not getting her bike back? Well, we all know what Misty did. Misty wasn't exactly the nicest person in the world, but you get the point. Alright, Rattata is now a very viable threat. At level 7, that is going to help considerably once I get out of this forest. Now, this is a level 9 Weedle. I remember this. I remember a good amount of these trainers and the Pokemon they have, which is really helpful for a Nuzlocke like this. However, while it's really helpful, it also means that I'm going to take so many fewer risks, which is not as good for content. Misty got a replacement. Did Misty ever get a replacement bike? Huh. If so, I stand corrected. Oh. Ah. This is painful. I really wanted a Pikachu, but that's fine. Alright. I want to get Charmander to 13 real quick, and then maybe grind up Rattata a little, depending on depending on how much I really want to sit and watch it level up happen, but I think realistically speaking, I've got to get these two as high as they can before I fight Brock, just because that's going to be scary. Can you put weird stipulations on the attacks my Pokemon learn? Oh, that's tempting. Maybe in future iterations. This current iteration, I probably shouldn't, just because it's hopefully going to be the first time I beat a Nuzlocke, is kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm willing to hear it out, though. Are you going to tell me I have to use Ember against Brock? Because if I have to use Ember against Brock, I'm going to cry. It's not smart. But it's already learned attacks that are more than 100% accuracy. I can't go back on that. Plus, one of the problems with that, too, is like a fourth move. If a fourth move comes in and it has 100% accuracy, it just kind of auto-learns it. Which is where Metal Claw isn't 100%, which is kind of nice, but it's probably doable, but I would have to do a little more research into it, is what I'd say on that. And also I want to beat this one without, you know, that. Alright, level 13. Let's put Rattata in. Rattata's like, put me in, coach. Kakuna, alright. I can't remember if Kakuna has Poison Point. I want to say, though, it has Shed Skin. Okay, yeah, it probably has Shed Skin. It's probably fine. Okay. Yeah, grinding up this Rattata might not be the most fun process. We're going supersonic mode. I'm doing everyone a solid. No one wants to watch this. No one wants to watch me grind this in slow motion. I mean, I'm sorry about the music. Okay. Real quick. Potion used. Episode 273, bike was... Oh! Hey! Good on Misty! She got her bike back. That's based. That's super based. Oh, that Pikachu would have been so nice. So how is everyone today, by the way? Oh my gosh. I'm out of things. Alright, Ape Escape, come do your thing. Alright, grinding over. Let's just go do the thing where we beat Brock and keep the Nuzlocke alive. I had to make sure the Rattata wasn't gonna die, and that got a little sketchy. Okay, so Charmander has Metal Claw now, and I have to be careful not to get hit by any rock moves, but I'm actually fairly confident here. I think this is doable. Trying to see if there's any items up here. I don't remember necessarily. You know, honestly, that'd probably be a really good way to do it, is to have Ash be the protagonist to beat. 2002. Why is that 20 years ago? 21 years ago? That's painful. I don't want to know that. No, it's probably good to have that reality check, though. Alright. Charmander can go up to level 14, but cannot be over level 14, so I have to keep that in mind here. Okay, Geodude is beaten. And then here comes Sandshrew, which I can just Ember because fire is neutral to ground. Perfect. Perfect. If I leveled up Charmander to level 14 in the forest, I would not have been eligible for this battle against Brock, which would have been... That would have been a catastrophe, for lack of a better term. That would have been really, really bad. Alright. Here goes nothing. Gym badge number 1. My first obstacle to winning this Nuzlocke. I must first beat Brock. Come on, Brock. Let's see it. I wish I had some dance emotes right now. This would be a really good spot to use Vibe or something like that, you know? Ooh, okay, survival, survival. Okay, next is Onyx. And I think it would be a mistake to try to brute force this. Use Bind. I might be able to just lower its ability to do damage to me here by growling a few times. Now, I will not be using items in battle, so hopefully that doesn't come back and bite me. No. We're still okay, I think. We were not in fact okay. That's pretty bad. Let's bring in the Rattata. Well, you know, Idiot the Charmander had a good life. And I have growled the Onyx to a really good spot here. Apparently Brock isn't going to potion, that's good. And we're going to survive because God the Rattata is going to clutch it against the level 14 Onyx. I'm so mad about this. This is absolutely not how I wanted this to go. But I took a bad risk. I took a really bad risk. I didn't think God could do it by himself. And that's why I left in Charmander. I didn't see the Rock Tomb happen until, you know, he used it the one time, and I thought he had been growled enough to where it didn't matter. I got burned. That's Nuzlocking. So, let's have a funeral for Idiot. Can I get F's in the chat for Idiot? Well, to be fair, Okay, so Rattata trying to hit a rock type with, like, I can't remember, I think Onyx has like 160 base defense or something. The odds just were not good of that. I tail whipped that thing 3 times and I was barely doing anything to it. So I just didn't think that the odds were good, and that's why I made a really bad decision here, which I feel really bad about, honestly. Well, welcome to the graveyard, Charmander. So now I'm in a bit of a pickle. We need to figure out if Rattata is going to be our new main, that's probably fine. I think, actually, it might be a good idea to go train this Weedle real quick. I don't want to get rid of the Pidgey. Why would I do that? If you see me grimacing in a random direction, my fiance is absolutely making fun of me right now, as she should be, because that was a throw. An absolute throw. Oh, I thought you were making fun of me for losing the Charmander. I took a really bad risk with 9 hit points left.
No, we just had
a good team? Oh, I see. Pretty solid. Alright, back to grinding. Oh, God. This is gonna be a rough grind. Maybe I should, like, not bother with the Weedle, but at the same time, the Weedle's, like... I could at least have Beedrill to have a base stat of 67.5 average. Like, that would at least do something. So it's, like, this weird decision I have to make here. Okay. Switch over to you. Go deal with the bugs. Pidgey is so much better than Weedle. Alright, Nuzlocke, hold on. Mobile Game Boy is acting up a little bit here. One second, I'm going to close and reopen this. It wasn't letting me unslow down, and I'm not playing on fast mode the whole time. That wouldn't be smart. Technology and I are not getting along very well today. Alright, let's try that again. Sorry about that. That was neglect. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop trying to grind, and I'm just gonna get out of this forest before I die even harder. Now that was actually for no reason. So our graveyard is now 2 because I played very carelessly. I cannot get another Pidgey, and I obviously can't get another Charmander. The dupe with the Dupe Claws is going to be enacted in this so that I don't, like, catch 50 Rattatas, because that just doesn't make sense. Alright, we're down to 3. Okay. We're gonna be okay. That was just a temporary setback. Okay. So I need to get over to Rattata. Gus isn't gonna do enough. I mean, that's essentially what happened, yeah. I mean, that poor telephone pole. Okay, Ape Escape is up to level 5. This is the unfortunate thing about not having the experience share, because in this game it comes so late. That is a problem. Am I going to wipe to a Pidgey? I'm going to wipe to a Pidgey. I have one more ace up my sleeve here. Mothra, I'm going to sacrifice you and try to get a poison out of it. Gus isn't a contact move, it didn't matter. Alright, Nuzlocke attempt number 1 is a fail. Oh, that one was pretty painful. So, we did survive one gym. I mean, that's something. Sure doesn't feel like anything. Feels really painful, actually. So, I'm going to do the smart thing now and actually, like, maybe take some of the advantages the game's going to give me. Alright, that name's getting changed real quick. We are not... No, that was not funny. Alright, let's try that again. Better marts, good early wilds, nice menu order, easy dex rewards. Don't want to do any of that. That's fine. God was absolutely not all-powerful here. Alright, let's run this back. But this time, I'm going to do a better job of paying attention. Because that was actually pathetic on my part. I can play a lot better than that. Now, I've done a couple Nuzlocks before. The furthest I got was actually, I was through 4 gyms, actually, with a Squirtle team. But I don't think Squirtle is the play here. I think the play here is Bulbasaur for really easy first 2 gyms. But Bulbasaur's learn set is just so bad. So it's weird. But I think it's still correct. Alright, what are we nicknaming Bulbasaur? I can't nickname it Pay Attention, but what I can do for you is I can go... There. That'll work. Pay attention. Don't let my ADHD become my enemy here. Alright, let's see. So, round 1. Fight. I'm not a big fan of using Bulbasaur, generally, but it seems like it should, provided we get out of this first fight. It's gonna make a weird go left to go right move. That should give me 2 more attacks. What?! I did nothing wrong that time! That was just bad luck. If I growled first though, like, then I would have had more attacks and I was focusing on doing damage. That was a mistake. Alright, round 3. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. You talk a lot, Oak. Alright, pay attention. Are we going pay attention too, or do we have another nickname for this? Zolt? Okay. Let's hope this Zolt survives. Alright, this time we're gonna be smart. We know that Toru, our rival, doesn't have a fire move. We know it's going to scratch us a bunch. So if we fire off a Growl early... and maybe a second one. I think it should... That's annoying. Can you only do 1 damage to me, please? The main character? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can let you do that, because I just wiped again. Ugh. That's rough. Alright. That... Alright, what's the main character's name? I've earned this punishment. SAI? Sure. Let's try that again. You know, the title the best Nuzlocker in the world has been taken, but the worst Nuzlocker in the world hasn't been. Let's try that again. You think this is bad? I'm thinking about playing Dark Souls on stream. That was clever. I like that. That's a good one. So it's weird, right? Because the strategy was to try to growl to lower the Charmander's attack. But the problem is that if you do that, you lose out on the ability to punch for damage, and if you lose out on that ability, you just put yourself in a bad spot. But if you don't, you're going to die to the Charmander anyway, which is doing 4 damage each time. So let's try a different strat. No, not you. No, we're gonna go with the Bulbasaur again. Alright, what's the name of the Bulbasaur this time? Zolt the Third? Sure. What happened to the second? Alright, let me look at this. Let me look at the Bulbasaur and see what I can do. Bold Nature? Oh. Oh, this is actually... Oh? Oh my gosh. Actually, this is probably ideal. Bold Nature means we'll have up defense minus attack. But we should be able to withstand the Charmander. I do think I still have to fire off 1 to 2 growls. We'll try 1 and see where that puts us. But if this one escapes the fight, this is an ideal nature for me. Okay, we'll do 1 more. Because that should take it to 2 damage. Yep. And now I should have the advantage. It's high ending at 8. That's really bad, actually. Or high ending at 3, rather. Come on. Yes! Alright, cool. We're out of the first hurdle. That's good. I didn't think we'd ever get out of that. Okay. Now I have a chance. Pidgey. Zolt. I should play FTL at some point on here, honestly. That's what Zolt makes me think of. The Zoltan race. Like, there's so many, like, really random small games that I like. Like, FTL is one of them. Super Auto Pets is pretty fun. There's just a lot of these, like, little indie games that I really want to try, and it's just finding the time. Also, finding the people to watch it helps, too. So there's that. We're level 7. This is attempt number 3. 4? We're on 4, right? Yeah. Because there was Zolt, and then there was Pay Attention, and then there was the Charmander. So we're on attempt number 4. So far, we're 0 for 3. Okay, cool. Now, I realize I could run from wild fights, but, like, I think leveling up is super important here, and I know that I need to at least learn a grass-type move in order to get past Brock with Bulbasaur. So that's why I'm kind of grinding out the wild Pokemon instead of just running from them. Yes, I do, in fact, receive Oak's parcel. But I am going to go low risk as far as this goes right now. We might have a run, so I don't want to ruin it by being stupid. Yeah, I think it'd be hilarious to have my NPCs come up to me and be like, "Ha, you lost 3 times." But I'm just not overly sure that I have the technology for that, unfortunately. I'm sure there's a way to code it in, but, like, I could probably get my fiance to do it if I tried hard enough, but also I don't want to make her have to do that, even though it would be hilarious, I'll admit. I could probably figure it out, maybe. At the very least, I'd like to have a death counter, like, up here somewhere under the affiliate. Oak would be a dick. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Oak did kind of just send me on a mission, too, without, like, asking my consent. He was just like, "Hey, you're going on a mission." Yeah, I mean, like, but 1995 was a different time, too. Okay, let's go over here to Mom. Please heal me. Thank you. I'm just not going to take that risk. We are not putting myself in a bad spot. Nuzlocke encounter. Route 1 encounter is going to be... Okay, good. I wanted to make sure I got his item there. Pidgey. Whereas Mom is dead. I mean, there are ways to remove characters from the tiles, so it's doable. I'm just gonna have to get someone technical to do stuff like that, I would think. It's probably doable. Alright, the Pidgey has been caught. There's a streamer called Grand Pooh Bear, who, like, in the Viridian City Pokemon Center, there's just a bunch of blood surrounding it, and we don't know how it got there, but it's actually from all the Pokemon he's killed. What should we name the Pidgey? Big Bird? Alright, Big Bird it is. Not Biggle. There we go. Hasty nature, that's fine. Plus speed minus defense. We might actually use this Pidgey this run. Alright, level 8 Bulbasaur, that's a good start. There we go. Oh, I should probably get some Pokeballs, and I need to do the shore up thing that I did last time. But this time I need to do it, you know, a little better. There we go. Now let's get our encounter over here on 22 after we get the potion that's hidden here. Hidden, I say in air quotes. It's not really hidden. Ideally, I would get a Spearow out of this route. Wait, hold on. Before I do that, let me go to Route 2. Because if I can hit a Rattata in Route 2, it guarantees I can't hit a Rattata there. On Route 22, which means I either get Mankey or Spearow, I believe. So I think that's actually a better idea. Because Mankey or Spearow would probably be just a better Pokemon to have overall. Alright, Weedle was caught. Nice. Okay. This is the one time I'm wishing for a Rattata encounter. Now watch I get Caterpie. Okay, this is not a valid encounter. Yeah, so there's actually a way to do that, to where you can actually set the NPC up to be the chat's names. So that's definitely something I can look into as I get more viewers especially. I wouldn't want, you know, the NPCs to be named the same thing on repeat, because that would probably get old. But I would definitely agree with having them name the NPCs. I think that'd be really cool. So it's definitely something we can look into. Dude, why are we getting so many Pidgeys? This is a separate route. Come on, I need the Rattata. Okay, sure. I have to heal before... I cannot take any risks here. I have to heal before I try to get this Rattata now. There's no reason to make a mistake early like this. But the reason that the Pidgeys don't count is because they're dupes. And yeah, I'm not somebody that wants to have, like, multiple Pidgeys for a Nuzlocke. That just sounds really... honestly really monotonous, and I'm not gonna do that. If I see one more Pidgey here, I'm going to make sure the Pidgeys go extinct. Level 9. Thank you. Now, I'm perfectly fine catching this. Glad I didn't kill it. That was a little sketchy for a sec. 1, 2, caught. What's wild though is I actually like using Pidgeot in Fire Red and Leaf Green. The problem with it is that its best move for a while is Gust. And that's just not really sustainable. I don't know why they couldn't give it Peck. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. It has a beak. It can literally peck stuff. Oh, I forgot to name it. Ah! Okay, we're gonna name this later when I get to Lavender Town. You want it named MM? I'll note that. And by note that, I mean I'll try to remember and then vaguely forget it. Sorry about that. I absolutely forgot about nicknaming it. I was in autopilot. Okay, this does not count as an encounter, thankfully. Yeah, thanks for tail whipping. That didn't go very well for you, Rattata. Ah, Mankey. Perfect. So you want this one named MM? Or do you want the... So, wait. You want the Rattata named MM. What do you want this Mankey named if I catch it? When I catch it. Excuse me. Planet of the Ape. It might be hard to name it Planet of the Ape since there's only 10 spaces, but we can name it Planet Ape if you want. Okay, Planet Ape it is. I could have also done Planet O Ape, but that sounds really weird and I'm not sure about that. So now we have Mankey, Pidgey, Rattata, and Bulbasaur. Now you may be wondering, given that I have this tattoo over here of a Squirtle, why are we not using Squirtle? Well, here's why. I don't want to watch my Squirtles die over and over. I would much rather watch Charmanders and Bulbasaurs burn. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not. Do you think I can afford tattoo removal? I have no regrets about that tattoo though. That was a base tattoo. We'll go up here, and we'll go ahead and get our Viridian Forest encounter out of the way. Look, if we get the 1%, I think it's 5%. It's like it's either 1 or 5% Pikachu. If we get the Pikachu, that would be great. Because the Pikachu is helpful against Misty. Ah, it's a Weedle. Ah, it's a Pokemon. How do I feel about Edge's return? Well, I feel like we have found out that Edge is injury prone, as I'm pretty sure most people knew. It's been fine, but I feel like there's a lot of opportunities that they could have taken that they didn't, and that's been like the theme of pro wrestling lately. And it's not just a WWE problem, it's an AEW problem as well, and I'm willing to fully admit that. As upset as it makes me, you know, AEW has been throwing themselves, especially after the Punk thing, and it's, oh my gosh, I forgot to nickname the Weedle too. I'm throwing. Alright, so we have the Mankey, and then the Weedle needs to be nicknamed later. Sorry about that, I am really just trying to autopilot this, because I'm used to autopiloting. We're gonna turbo through this Metapod, because that Metapod was going to take forever. Kakuna too? Oh, whoops. Let me do that. There we go. If this were like a speedrun or anything, then I wouldn't do that, but it's just like, I don't think anyone wants to sit and watch me hit a Kakuna 15 times. The nice advantage of having Bulbasaur and Viridian Forest is that I can't get poisoned with this, which is really helpful because, you know, poison is really painful. And there's Vine Whip. Okay. That is helpful. It's Rick. Well, where's Morty? Wait, I forgot. Rick and Morty got canceled, didn't they? Or the creator of Rick and Morty got canceled, rather. Can't remember what for, but it's probably fine that I don't. Let's pull Big Bird to the front for a sec. I'm going to try a very different approach to this. Perfect. Now we'll heal here. Yeah, that would do it. I don't understand why society is the way it is. Like, why there are people that will do stuff like that. It just never made sense to me. Well, at least it hasn't made sense to me in a long time, why anyone would ever do anything like that. Just, society's weird. Many boomers went unpunished, that's a good point. Especially if you live in certain parts of the society. Okay, cool. We have beaten the Caterpies. I probably should heal Pidgey, though, so it doesn't die. The Midwest. Yeah! The Midwest would never, ever do anything to, like, cause problems. Oh my gosh, another Kakuna! Oh, Gust. Yeah, that would be useful if I remembered that I had Gust. Can I move this? Yes, I can. Cool. And then I think we need to put the Bulbasaur back up front, but have the Pidgey there. I probably get through Brock really easily this time. No, we're putting the Pidgey back. Damn it. Okay. Easy. Okay, Big Bird's level 12. And now, our Bulbasaur is actually the weakest Pokemon on the team. Look, we will make Planet Ape a meme if I actually survive this Nuzlocke. Okay, that will be, we'll make a Planet Ape emoji. I don't know how we're gonna do that to dodge copyrights, but we'll do it. I'm gonna need an artist. Oh god. You know, that's actually probably okay. Don't ever like to be poisoned, but I was carrying 5 antidotes, so I was prepared for it. So let's swap over to you, Zolt, and I am admittedly slightly worried about the Sandshrew that I'm going to have to deal with, but Sandshrew also doesn't have great special defense, so it'll probably be okay. The Geodudes and Onyxes are easy. I would love to be a little higher than level 10, but it's also not the end of the world that I'm level 10. So, I mean, I think this is a good setup overall. I'm going to check and see if there's a hidden item over here. Looks like a good spot for a hidden item. No. Okay. I should really just look up the hidden items for this game, but that's a lot of work. Vine Whip, you're dead. Next one. Black and White experience curve, by the way, is so much nicer for this because of the fact that, like, if you're a lower level, you're getting a lot more going on. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I could growl on these, but it just wouldn't make a lot of sense. I kind of got punished last time I growled, so I'm really trying to avoid using it. I got punished super hard. Okay, Geodude. Go, Zolt the Third. And this should be a one hit. There it goes. One badge. We got the Boulder badge. We've done it. This is the greatest achievement in human history, and it took a Bulbasaur. It's not the greatest achievement in human history. Not even close. Well, maybe close in the last 2 years. Okay, let's go over here. So now we hit the second leg of this journey, which is the road to Misty. Why isn't Brock harder? Because Brock has Rock Slash Ground Pokemon, meaning they just take 4x hits, and those 4x hits are kind of rough because, like, those rock types aren't really known for their special defense. I cannot actually rename these until we get to the Name Raider, which is in Lavender Town. See how it won't let me here. But I will look at the natures of these, actually. What? Why is Weedle... That's a really fast Weedle. It's kind of based. Well, hold on. I need to go up here for a sec. Was there anything up here in these flowers? I don't believe so, but it's good to check. Okay, yeah. We'll just get out of here. Heading towards Cerulean City, Leg 2 of the journey. This was a level 2 or a level 9 Pidgey, meaning that I need to get you out of there. I'm starting to like remember the trainers here, and that's going to really help me a lot going forward, so I don't put myself in bad spots. The level cap now is 21. I'm gonna have a board for next time I do this because it just makes a lot more sense to do that. But level cap is 21 because that is Misty's Starmie's level. So we've got that to look forward to. Big Bird learned Quick Attack. Squirtle Squad comes back. Let's go! That's how it should be. Squirtle Squad was based. Just awesome. Okay. Big Bird. Do your thing. I think this is a trainer with Caterpie, Weedle, Caterpie. Hey, Big Bird sometimes has to go fast. It just kind of happens. There we go. Level 14. We might get to Pidgeotto by the end of Mount Moon. Hopefully we'll get to Ivysaur before then, but we'll just have to see. Oh, it's high. I like shorts. They're delightfully easy and comfy to wear. This has never been said in the history of ever. Why did I not go quick attack? It's fine. It's still the W here over this. Ekans, that's why I stayed in on this. I have to be really careful here. Okay, good. Survival. Switch over to Zolt. Come this way. Am I still in the Midwest? Yeah, I'm out in Cincinnati, which is... I mean, it's the east side of the Midwest. It's a little more civilized out here, which is nice. I don't have a lot of complaints. Ohio's just kind of... Ohio's an interesting state, we'll put it that way. But I think all the Ohio memes are really hilarious because they're kind of true. But they're no worse than, like, rural Illinois. Mid is a good way to put it. Mid is a very good way to put Ohio, but Cincinnati itself is a really nice city for what it is. Like, I've been a few places, though, because of traveling for Yu-Gi-Oh! Cincinnati is probably my favorite of the cities that I've been to at this point, but I've also still not gone as far east as Philadelphia. Is most of Ohio poisoned? Oh, don't remind me. But I'm just playing it safe. I got some bottled stuff here, so I don't have to drink the water. We'll go this way.
Also on the complete opposite side of the state.
Yeah, it is. It is on the opposite side of the state. That does kind of matter. We'll go into Big Bird here because Big Bird should be able to deal with these bug catchers. There's Gust. Kakuna. Okay, let's take this opportunity to bring in Planet Ape. And it's time for a turbo battle. This would be perfect to have, like, a TurboTax sponsorship, but, you know, that's not how it works. There we go. And then we'll bring down... Actually, Planet Ape actually held its own really well. Her own. She's a female Mankey, apparently. Oh, oops. There we go. Oh, look! That bug catcher. He had a great name. Alright. Into the Pokemon Center we go. Now this is Fire Red, so we're actually approaching our first version exclusive, which is Ekans, instead of Sandshrew, which is unfortunate because I prefer Sandshrew, but, you know. Alright, so we have made it through most of Route 3, meaning this is the furthest we've gone. I can't remember what this dude has. Yeah, I mean, Ekans is kind of like... It's just one of those Pokemon that nobody's going to probably use for a Nuzlocke if they can avoid it. Because Arbok is just not good. For some reason, they just did not believe in it. That is not ideal. We're getting Mankey out of there. Cool, we survived. I was a little scared about that one, I'm not gonna lie. The reason I was scared about it is, like, if that Mankey takes that hit, it's just a bad time. Most are bad, but some of them have actually grown on me in recent years, like Tauros. Tauros has massively grown on me. It is just a cow, or excuse me, a bull. But like, it's so strong. 130 base attack with like, I want to say it was like 90 speed. I'm not sure of the specific number on that. But it's got a lot of speed. And it just hits so hard. I like wheezing a lot. Because I actually think the idea of a poison cloud is just kind of funny. And also, you know, more and more relevant by the day. Here's our Route 3 encounter. It is a Spearow. It's a Spearow that knows Peck, though, so I cannot take that risk. The Ox can carry me. That, you know, that just kind of makes sense. Okay, we'll get the Pokeball out here. Spearow has been acquired. What is the nickname of Spearow? Because I remember it this time. D-Row? Sure. Are we sentencing the Spearow to death row? Is that what's going on? Oh, this lady has a Jigglypuff, I think. Okay, fair enough. It's either a Jigglypuff or something else. Yep, it's Jigglypuff. I'm remembering. Now it's gonna put me... Oh, she didn't put me to sleep. Good. And that should be the win. Cool. Planet Ape's gonna go up a level. Cool. Very cool. Alright, we are still alive and kicking, and that is the important part. So new music. Lately, new music has been interesting because there hasn't actually been a lot of like really good music, but Yellow Card hasn't exactly popped up in my playlist a lot lately either. I had a phase where I got very into Machine Gun Kelly for some reason, and then I actually like used my brain a little bit. But his pop punk stuff wasn't that bad, honestly. But other than that, what have I listened to lately? Honestly, I've been listening to a lot of Silverstein lately because that's just a good band. The Wonder Years, because that band actually gets more and more relevant the older I get, which is a little concerning, admittedly. Hey, I'm on a lot of copium right now. I mean, like, this run looks good. Is that copium? Probably. I wish I had some repels for this cave. This is gonna be... And that's my encounter because I forgot to repel. It's fine. I just won't use the Zubat. It'll be fodder for later. Probably get me out of a bad situation, honestly. It does suck to lose the Clefairy, but that was my own fault for not thinking about it. Probably the most fun part about watching me do this is knowing you can distract me and, like, get me to totally screw up and throw. Oh, this is another annoying fight. These Zubats are gonna make me very upset. Oh my gosh. Ah, I did it again! It's fine. Nobody likes Zubat. We're just gonna pretend that Zubat... I mean, it's gonna exist. We're going to nickname it. It's just gonna take me time. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I'm not used to streaming yet. It's going to take time. We will pull in Big Bird for this fight because I do not actually trust any of my other Pokemon to handle the Bug Catcher. But you can see, like, we're in such a good spot. We're not taking much damage. This is, like, where we should be. Kakuna? Meet Weedle. And we're going turbo mode. No reason not to get Weedle the experience, though. Maybe try to get it evolved. If I can get it to Beedrill, it's probably playable if I need to. A pacifist run of Pokemon is probably doable in Scarlet and Violet. I'm just not sure how. Plus, since you have to fight the Elite Four, it seems really complicated to do that. Although, with the pacifist run, what would count as pacifism? Like, would you using like Mirror Coat or counter counts? That kind of matters a little bit. Also, this is Route 4, so I could technically get that Magikarp, but I think that there is probably more value in getting the Ekans, even though I don't like Ekans. So that's why I didn't get the Magikarp there. Oh, okay, status conditions? Then you could probably do that. It would be hard. I'm not sure I'm the person to do it, but it could be a possibility. Also, this Mankey is killing it right now. This Mankey is crushing it. Alright, we will get through here. Scratch. Second scratch. Okay, my cat has decided she wants to be on stream again. Hi, Blue. Do you want to come here? Come on. Come to stream. Come on, baby. Hi. What you doing? Good girl. Good kitty. When do I think Vince will sell the company? It's a trick question. I don't think he will. I think that he purposely set it up to make it seem like he was going away so that he could keep the company and have a good reason. And my cat has put her tail in the camera again. Sorry about that. She's a good little bean, though. I don't think Vince is going to sell, though, even though he should. But I think that Vince probably eventually won't be around to run the company in the ground, so there's that. Okay, this is a tight spot. This is probably not the correct Pokemon to have in. Vince will outlive us all. I certainly hope he doesn't. Might outlive me, though, given my my sodium intake and lack of healthiness in general, but it's probably fine. Nah, Vince won't outlive me. Okay, Poison Powder. I think this is correct. I think we drop Growl. Reason being that Leech Seed can at least do something in the case that nothing else can hit, so... Sleep Powder I don't want, though, because I think Poison Powder is more valuable. I have to start really worrying about Radishes here in a couple levels, because when they have Hyper Fang, that does a lot of damage. So that's going to be a whole thing, too, that I have to dodge. Okay, the Zubat's down. Ideally. Well, see, here's the problem with that. I kind of need some damaging moves at some point, and yeah. I'd prefer to win the Nuzlocke and not throw again. Okay, that's a Zubat. I don't think it can Leech Life me to death from here. Yeah, no. Cool, it's dead. However, I do need to get Planet Ape out of here before it dies. We're going to put in Zolt because I think this guy has a Slowpoke or something. Might be a Voltorb Magnemite, though. Ah, shit. Wrong thing. Okay. Oh, that's actually really bad here. This is not ideal. I can't poison it. And I don't want to sack Planet Abe. Let's bring in Big Bird. This is such a cheap thing to do. I don't know that Dero would be any better than this idea. I just really hope that this Magnemite does not have Thundershock, because that would be a huge problem. And it might, but I can't really see if it does or not. So we're going to speed this up, though, so that, you know, no one might be able to live out his name. Alright, well, if I don't have to sack anything, why would I, though, is kind of my thought process. And I don't think I'm going to have to. I'm in a really, really strong spot at the moment. There goes the Voltorb, and Zolt's going to evolve off this, I think. Yep. Cool, we have Ivysaur. This is solid. This is definitely a really good start. Hopefully we can at least get through Misty, you know, without any incidents, like me, you know, throwing in the middle of Mount Moon. If my opponent's Pokemon had self-destruct there, that would have been a problem, and that is something I'm going to have to watch out for late game, especially, but if it happens, right? There's just not a whole lot I can do about it. It's not ideal, I don't want it to happen, but, like, if I get self-destructed, I mean, I guess, it's just kind of how it is. But let's hope we don't have to have that discussion. Geodude, I wish I would have gotten a Geodude, that would have been so nice. There's so many really good Pokemon in Mount Moon that I could have gotten that I just didn't. So Zubat's down. There's a rare candy over here. Yep, there it is. There's a bug catcher here. And I believe this one has Caterpie Weedle, at least. I mean, it's kind of a mountain. I think that if it got rendered in 3D, like, truly rendered in 3D, instead of, like, the Let's Go Pikachu Eevee type stuff, it would probably look like a mountain. But that's about it as far as that goes. But it also has Clefairies, which I know have origins of being from the moon. Cave Moon would probably be a better name. I pretty much agree with that. Okay, goodbye Weedle. It was kind of worth it. That was a sacrifice I didn't have to make, but I don't feel bad about it. I was... Oh, ha 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 ha! You know what? You're permanently a Weedle in the afterlife. Have fun. You're dead. Alright, that could have gone a little better, but also that's like the one death I wasn't really worried about taking. It just sucks because I would rather have, like... If I'm taking deaths, I would rather them be good sacrifices or good trades instead of, like, losing one because I was lazy and trying to train it. Getting this Mankey early on is really strong too, because of the fact that what the Mankey is going to let me do, essentially, is it will let me have a counter to Magnemite, at least until I go to Diglett's Cave and get my guaranteed Diglett/Doug Trio. Which I'm going to try to go for the Doug Trio, but we'll see how it goes when I get there. That's probably not going to be today, but it could be. We'll just kind of see. I am a little worn out, but I want to try to at least get past Misty before I'm done. So that's kind of my thought right now. Level 13, sure. Next week I'm running much more painful Nuzlocke than this one. Next week I get to Nuzlocke Pokemon White 2, which I'm sure cannot possibly go wrong. I'm a little afraid of that one, I'll be honest. That is going to be genuinely painful. Yeah, Team Rocket, I don't have to listen to you. You know, actually, this is a free level. Let's take it. Oh, whoops. Ether? Oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't leave the fast forward on when I'm trying to run from things and get to the right spots in the cave. That might be useful. I feel like this trainer probably has normal types, so I'll take the fight. Normal types, obviously, I could just karate chop to death, so that's the thought process here. Oh, come on! I got critted on a quick attack. Well, this is certainly a cave. Don't take the risk. I want to take the risk, but I can't. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look, that's actually a really bad loss. Like, it's so underrated because now my Magnemite counter's gone. I don't really know what to do with that. My cat is now sitting in front of my keyboard. So if you hear sneezing in the background, she's got a bit of a cold right now. Poor thing. Oh, okay, now I have to just use grass type attacks to take out this guy. Yeah, but an electric deterrent is still better than, like... I mean, what's my electric counter right now? It's specifically the steel part that I'm more worried about. I don't have a fire type. I don't have a whole lot to work with right now. It's just not a good situation for me. Level 17. How is that an electric counter? No, it survived. I'm not trying to kill that. Already killed enough. Okay, let's go in here. The sacrifice, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. If I have to take sacks, it's going to happen eventually, probably, but... I'm really trying not to have to sack things. Let's go up here. Yeah, revive. That's a super useless item in a Nuzlocke, so I could probably just sell that for money. $7.50? That's not terrible money. Yeah, a lot of these deaths that happened in this cave could have been avoided. By a lot, I mean the two. By just buying repels in the first place. I was autopiloted, and it really cost me. I'm not proud of that. If Zolt dies, is the run over? No. The Pidgey is strong enough to handle everything else if it needs to. I'm actually feeling really confident about where I'm at. Big Bird's a really solid Pidgey because of the fact that it has a higher speed. So that'll help take care of a lot of stuff. I'm actually fairly confident still. But it's not super ideal either to lose Ivysaur. Obviously, it's not the goal. So, is it over? No, but is it painful? Yes. Going to go down here. If you wild Pokemon could stop for 5 seconds, just 5 seconds. The cave spawn rate must be higher than the general spawn rate. And also the run is absolutely not over because if we get really lucky on Route 24 or 25 and hit Nabra instead of a Caterpie, then Abra is a tank. Not a tank, that's not the word. A hoss, a beast. Abra will take care of a lot of the problems that I will have if that should come to pass. But I still have to make it out of this cave. We are close, but I think it's better to not count my chickens before they hatch in this case because I've been in better situations than thrown. Oh no. I'm here for it. Okay. Quick attack. Alright. There should be a hidden moonstone here somewhere. I think it's up here. Well, I mean, it would be if I didn't run into a Zubat. There we go. Yep. And then we're going to go up here. Alright. Do we believe in the Helix fossil or the Dome fossil today? Dome? Alright, we believe in the Dome. We're gonna go Kabuto. I like that. Alright, Grimer. If this thing uses Minimize, that's going to get very annoying. Oh my gosh, it gassed me. Now I have to really keep that in mind so I don't lose Pidgey. Okay, this is certainly a thing. Go Zolt. Poison Powder, good. Leech Seed, good. Oh, nope, we're speeding this up too. Cool. Alright. What? Big Bird is evolving. Now we're okay. Pidgeotto is so much better than Pidgey in every way. And honestly, a 2-death Mount Moon is bad. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel good about it. But we're still okay. And that's the important thing. We are not dead. Everything is fine. No. Yes. And now he's going to get his Helix fossil. And that means at this point I need to heal so I don't die. Cool. For 2 seconds! 2 seconds! Can I not encounter a wild Pokemon? I'm getting repelled next time. I'm not doing this again in Rock Tunnel. Alright, antidote. Alright. We survived Mount Moon. Was it lucky? Absolutely. Did I have any right surviving Mount Moon? No. Absolutely not. But we did. And that's the important thing. Mega Punch, Mega Kick, Move Tutors. Let me go up here, actually. Oh, ha 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 ha. What about Mega Kick? Okay. Darn. Oh no, D-Rose survived, actually, hilariously. I don't want my encounter for Route 4 yet, because I just feel like it's a bad idea to take it here without the healing that I have to do. And then we'll grab this Zubat because there's no reason not to. Alright, we're alive. And honestly, I'm surprised. But it's better to be lucky than to be good. And maybe Bulbasaur is the move. Let me get my... oh my gosh. I mean, you're not wrong. It's... oh my gosh. This is unfortunate. But it's not the worst either. I mean... Alright. That Ekans is dead, and hereby I cannot get that Pokemon. That's fine. I should have just thrown like a Pokeball at it, but like, it's fine. At this point, I'm not going to fight Red yet, or Blue, whatever his name is. The enemy! If God. Next time I'm gonna name my enemy Chad. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Let's go up here. Did I accidentally leave Pidgeon as the lead? It's like my brains are gone. Just, I guess 3 hours of streaming is a lot, but also, not really? There's no excuse for having my brain not work like that. So, there is a slight problem here that I did not think about. And that problem is that Starmie exists. And that's not a small Starmie, that's a large Starmie. So I have to really think about the plan for that. I mean, I could go fight my rival. He's going to have Pidgeotto, Abra, Rattata, and should be Charmander. I have nothing to directly counter that Charmander though, and that is really scary actually. So if I leave the Pidgey against the if I leave the Pidgeotto against Pidgeotto, that's a move. Let me go up here too, because there's a hidden rare candy out this door that I know about. Right there. There we go. Let's rare candy up the Ivysaur twice instead. That seems really wise here, and then we can go deal with Misty and hopefully just outright win. If I lose Ivysaur in the process of beating Misty, that will be unfortunate, but it be like that sometimes. So, I mean, here goes nothing, I guess, right? Oh, do I have an Oran Berry? That'd be nice. I do! Here's Zolt. You're gonna need that. Here we go. Is it meant to be? Will I defeat Misty for my second gym badge of the day? Of run number 4. We'll just have to find out, right? So I know I beat the Staryu probably because it's a level 18 Staryu, like, pretty straightforward. You stop it. You stop it. That's not happening. Alright, now the challenge. Poison powder, leech seed. It evaded leech seed. There we go. There we go. Let's go! Woo! Survival. That's what I needed. Ooh, 2 badges. We are a quarter of the way through the game. Misty did not beat Zolt because Zolt number 3 is the best Zolt. And now, I'm going to go in here. Repels. So many repels. A lineage of excellence. If by a lineage of excellence you mean a lineage of clowns, yes. Alright, so I'm going to beat the rival real quick, and that'll be the last battle of this. So let's run this rival, and then we'll save the Nuzlocke and run it back when we get the chance. On the schedule for next week, there's going to be 3 days of Pokemon White 2 Nuzlocking. That's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'm a little scared, but we'll see how it goes. But we could probably squeeze some Leaf Green in there somewhere too. I have no issues switching courses if things are going poorly. Oh man, that Pidgeotto actually did a lot of damage. That's not good. Okay, Rattata's next. And this is where Rattata gets scary, but he didn't use Hyper Fang, so it's fine. Charmander? Let's try this. 5. Okay, so it's sand attacked once. Okay, that's actually a really decent spot for me. Okay. Zubat. I'm deeply sorry for what I have to do to you. I'm not sacking D-Row. It's not terrible. However, I may also have to sack the Rattata. Goodbye, friend. I'm trying not to. Really trying not to. It missed! The sand attack worked! Survival! Survival! We lived! Rest in peace, Zubat and Rattata that were unnamed because I'm a dipshit and forgotten. Yes, I will take my fame checker. Thank you, rival. That was close. Kinda not ideal, but we survived, and that is kind of all you can ask for here, right? It'll be fine. Mighty Mouse is just like, you know, going to the graveyard. It's okay. Okay, so what's left? We have 2 birds and a grass type. This is going to end perfectly. But for now, oh oops. For now, that's gonna be all. I'm gonna see if I can find someone to raid, even though there's only, you know, a couple viewers here. Why not?